Relativity is a web-based platform that runs over the HTTPS protocol and 128-bit secure sockets layer. This is the same encryption that banks and financial institutions use to host personal data online. Now, a few other notes about security. Relativity requires strong passwords. Passwords must include mixed cases, letters, numbers, and symbols. Additionally, with the content being viewed in the native file viewer or TIFF image viewer, all data is streamed directly from the server into memory on the local machine. Nothing is written to the temporary internet cache directory or hard drive. We can also lock down reviewers by local IP address. So if you have a bunch of contract attorneys, you should only be able to access Relativity on site, but you also have a group of partners who you want to be able to access Relativity anywhere with an internet connection, then we can provide that level of security. Finally, Relativity provides two-factor authentication. If you have an enterprise installation of Relativity, it integrates with Activate Directory to provide a single sign-on. Now, I'm going to log on to Relativity as a power user with a lot of bells and whistles turned on. I'll demo a lot of end-user functionality at first, such as viewing native files, coding them, redacting, tagging, and some browsing and searching. In the end, I'm going to go back as a basic reviewer to show you firsthand how Relativity can slim down to meet the needs of a contracted or basic reviewer. First, I'm going to log in as Matthew Mann. When I log into Relativity, I'm presented with a workspace list, or a list of repositories that the user has access to. The security model in Relativity is highly granular, so we can grant or deny rights to users and groups from anything as large as a case and all the documents within it, to something as small as an individual document. If you have coding data or metadata about that document, annotation layers or redactions on a document, or even features of the application. Note that there is not an administrative and an end-user interface in Relativity. It is all one seamless application. We simply grant or deny permissions to our users based on what they need to be efficient in the system and to do their jobs. Additionally, it gives firms the ability to control their own destiny with respect to administrative features. For instance, you have the ability to add new coding forms or new options of coding forms. You can run productions within Relativity, even if you're using Relativity through a hosted instance. This gives you the same level of control traditionally that you would only have with an in-house installation. I'm going to log into the salt versus pepper case. Relativity employs a tab-based metaphor for organizing different sections of the application, and by default, I'm bounced into the Documents tab where a bulk of the review will occur. I will have access to more administrative features, or the integrated production suite, for example. There'll be more tabs across the top here. When I don't have these permissions, the tabs disappear in their entirety, so I'm not aware that they even exist. This is a persistent idea within Relativity, so when the user doesn't have permissions to do something, it will not be visible as a grayed out option. Rather, the options are removed in their entirety, so the user is not aware that the options even exist. We find that you have the new reviewers up and productive in Relativity in as little as 10 to 15 minutes of training by presenting them with only the options they need to be efficient in the system to do their jobs.